Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're proud to bring you the Offensive Points last division preview of this year. If you haven't seen, you should go check out the other 7 right before this. This is the AFC East preview, which may not seem very exciting when you talk about the team level, but I think there's some real fantasy football talent in this division, and I'm pretty excited to talk about it. But you know what I'm more excited to talk about is draft season, which is days away for us, and probably more than others going on. There's dynasty startups going on left and right. Scott Fishbowl drafts are going on. I am just so stoked. I have nothing prepared for this home league draft that we have literally in 2 days and leaving for tomorrow. Always in person. It's just better that way, in my opinion. But obviously, you're in so many leagues. I do a bunch online as well. Don't hate any kind of draft. I love all the drafts, and I'm just ready for draft season. We're gonna have a lot more draft season content or redraft content coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. But while you're here, just want to talk about some of the best times of our fantasy football drafts. There's the time where I fell into rocks. I sliced my pinky open. We traveled to Gulf Shores and put a hole in the wall within minutes of being there. I mean, it's just little things like that that just gets this specific draft going, but draft season as well. Because man, these rankings every year I say the same sentence, and it's so lame and cliche, but these rankings make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, no. I mean, we drafted in Vegas. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that was my bachelor party. We did a joint
bachelor party /
party.
draft. A draftler party that happened. That was awesome.
The best part about that was everyone was done with Vegas by the time our draft came. We drafted on Saturday, I got there on Thursday, and we were all just like dead to the world on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Flamingo Hotel though. They put together a nice little area for us to do the fantasy football draft, so I did appreciate that. But yeah, everybody was pretty Vegased out by the time we got to that draft.
Oh yeah, that ending was. It was
luckily we all made it to the draft. That was the thing.
My favorite was Jake. I went and stopped by his hotel room 3 times and said, "Hey, the draft's happening in 10 minutes. The draft's happening in 20 minutes. The draft's happening in 5 minutes." And that man strolled down there at the exact time, and I never saw him move before that.
He was down there just to draft, and then he vanished as soon as
and he was gone until the end. I think I said bye to him. I think I stopped by the room to say bye to him too. But man, just stoked this draft season. Anyway, let's just get right into it, man. Last division preview. I'm ready to talk about some redraft, our rankings for one, and then not to mention we got some fun stuff to do with breakout candidates and just people that we're just looking forward to watching, whether it's good or bad.
I agree. All right, first team up, which is going to be the worst team in this division, according to Vegas, is the Jets.
I guess that's fair.
That's who they picked to be the worst. I guess I get it because Aaron Glenn, the new head coach, is kind of like
the coach for me. It's not the coach for me. It's you got Drake May, who's like this new up and coming rookie who played pretty well last year in New England
for the Patriots.
So it's not going to be them. And then you got the Tyreek Hill Tua love triangle with Achane and Waddle and all that. It's more than a triangle. It's like an octagon of some sort. So I understand that you have to put someone last, right? So Jets, though, personally, Justin Fields, man, like I'm stoked about him. Like I was looking at QB drafts, and those top 5 are going fast. Justin Fields currently at like 10 ADP. He's a starting caliber in all leagues, unless you're an 8-man, and then in which case rethink your life. But I'm just kidding. That's terrible. We've been there. We've all been there.
We have. Our league started out as one.
We started out as, and look how far we've came. We've been in Vegas and all these other activities. But anyway, I'm stoked about Fields for a fantasy perspective. I don't know what it means for the team. Like I don't know. It could be great or it could be bad. I'm glad he's getting a shot. Chicago was never set up to have him. Pittsburgh never wanted to give him the shot. They chose old man Russ over him. This is truly his job, at least for 1 year, maybe 2 years. I mean, maybe longer. I mean, this might be the Jets just seem to be this unstoried franchise as of late. So looking forward to this. But overall, Justin Fields worth the draft pick. You're probably getting him in the late 8th, 9th round. Like this is one of the last quarterbacks off the board. You might even be able to wait for him. And I think the rushing upside is going to be just fine for you, whether or not the pass game works as well, which Garrett Wilson is so far down the boards. And so is Brees. Like this whole team is cheap right now. And I think I'm buying in, like just because of the low values, not only because I like them. So
yeah, it's kind of interesting right now. Like the rankings that you set out from ESPN, like Garrett Wilson's not in the top 30, but like on Fantasy Pros, he's at 21. So like
Fantasy Pros and ESPNs do not match at all.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, even the consensus doesn't know what to do with this team, really. But Justin Fields, it's going on Fantasy Pros at least. He's going as QB 10. I think that's about right. I think he's a guy that you're going to want this year, for sure. As a QB, I will take Justin Fields as late as he's going any day of the week. Going right before Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert.
And I'm good with partnering with one of them as well. Go get yourself a Caleb Williams Fields backfield. You have the Bears backfield.
Bears Fields Stafford. Like that, Stafford. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
Or Dak. I mean, not to mention, Dak's finally got 2 targets for once. I know Pickens is a bit of a baby here, but he does have 2 targets now. And Dak has been known to put up some good fantasy games. So.
But other than Garrett Wilson, who I think is in for a massive year, if he can get like a DJ Moore type connection with Justin Fields, I mean, that's going to be a slam dunk for anyone who drafts him. Unless, it kind of depends on where he's going in the draft. If he's going in the second round, probably not the great value. But if he's going in the third or fourth, even for some reason, I think so too. And I think third is
I've seen fourth, but I think third's probably a good spot. Yeah,
I think he could win you a league from the third. I really think
he's wide receiver 10 last year. And that was with Aaron Rodgers, but they also had Devontae Adams there soaking up targets too. So it wasn't like he was the lone wolf. And this year, kind of seemingly the lone wolf. Is there any other wide receiver you're even sort of excited about?
I'm not getting excited about Alan Lazard. I still think he's leaving this team at some point. I don't know. But if he's locked in there, I'm not worried about him at all. And then it's either Malachi Corley or just Josh Reynolds. And we've seen flashes from Josh Reynolds. I don't trust him as a starter. And then Malachi Corley caught, 2 balls last year from Aaron Rodgers? So, I don't know. I don't think that there's anybody on this team other than Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields, and then I'm sure we're going to get to it, but Breece Hall, that you'd feel super comfortable with. I'm intrigued by the tight end situation.
I was going to say Mason Taylor does intrigue me a bit, just because there is no number 2, and this is exactly when that tight end kind of vaults to that number 2 position. I mean, look at Sam Laporta year 1. Look at Brock Bowers year 1. I'm not saying Mason Taylor's either of these guys. I'm just saying it's the same situation. There's one good wide receiver, and then there's kind of nothing. I know J-Mo is something now, but at the time he wasn't. And we all know the Raiders don't have wide receivers. So I love the opportunity that's available here for Mason Taylor. I don't know what he is. I mean, I love the idea of getting him as tight end 20, your backup tight end, just to see, because who knows if this rookie tight end thing will continue, and who knows who it's going to be if it happens. So once again, not comparing him to either. But Breece, I'm super stoked about too. And I think he's a steal. He's been going even further than Garrett Wilson, kind of slipping into that 4th round, almost 5th round potentially. I doubt he goes there, because I feel like running backs are just ranked really lowly this year. We got wide receiver 20 when we have running back 12. So right around the same time. I think it'll be more of an even, maybe a little bit heavier on wide receivers, but I think it's going to be in normal drafts, especially with different rankings and different, scoring and everything. You're going to have 10 running backs, 12 wide receivers, I think those top 10 running backs are going to go a lot faster than people think. And Breece is currently sitting there running back 13. So I'm thinking 3rd round, maybe early 4th. If you had that 10 spot or 10 or 12 spot, you might be able to squeeze them in there, depending on the size of your league. But I don't understand why everyone hates Breece Hall. Fun fact, Fields' first pass connection in camp was to Breece Hall.
I know. I saw that and immediately fired out the RB1 incoming.
But everyone's worried about Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis. I don't even think they can figure out who the other guy is going to be. Yes, there's going to be someone else touching the ball. Sure, it might be Braylon Allen, it might be Isaiah Thomas, might be a split of both. But why would they stop running Breece? He's running for 4 yards per carry. He's out there getting catches. He's getting 70, 90 targets the last 2 years. And no brainer for me, man. And imagine if the touchdowns hit too. I mean, obviously you got Fields stealing some rushing upside from him. I guess that's where this all comes from, but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. No, this is actually a pretty good year for the first 3 rounds. I do think there's a lot you can do in those, and you just have to wait for somebody to make a mistake, because around Breece Hall, this is Fantasy Pros again, but there's Kyron Williams around there, Jalen Hurts, Terry McLaurin. That's kind of a weird situation. DJ Moore, Alvin Kamara, Rashee Rice is interesting. Like there's some definitely like interesting names you can get here that right around Breece Hall, where I feel like Breece Hall should be like a second round pick. Like why he would be this late, I'm gonna take him every day. I took him in the Scott Fish Bowl because he was just flying, like slipping and slipping. And I was like, well, I have to grab him. So
yeah, I'm never drafting next to you and Scott Fish again. That was awful.
To be fair, okay, just a sidebar. To be fair, the Scott Fish Bowl rules this year. I love Scott Fish. I love being in the event. I can't wait to be in it next year. The fact that 2 teams went pretty sold just running backs for the first like 9 to 10 rounds of the draft.
Because of the half point per carry.
Exactly. Because of the scoring system. It's just not what I think was intended. I know it's like to bring out other strategies and stuff. I get all of that. But like we were left with nothing.
So this is our second Scott Fish Bowl, and honestly, I had no clue that they changed the scoring at all. I was looking like, why is nobody kicking Rashid Shaheed? Like kick returners were huge last year. Of course, they were. That's just not even a thing. I think they'll go back to more organizational format where you have to put actual.
Well, like Joe's draft, I sat and watched his, and it was completely normal. It's exactly the kind of like regular draft that you would do. But of course, the one we were involved in, there is this wacky 10 running back thing. Thank you, Brad Wire, out there for doing that for us. I mean, at least we got to see what it looks like when that happens.
It
prepared me zero for redraft.
I'm looking forward, like if he wins the whole Scott Fish Bowl because of that strategy, like good for him, man. And maybe any of those people who haven't drafted the Scott Fish Bowl, maybe you want to think about that. I hated it personally. I love running backs. I started out with Saquon, and I felt good about my team, but yeah, that happened. Anyway, back to the Jets. Defensively, they're super great as a team and as a unit, but like fantasy wise, I kind of hate it. Like I always want Quincy Williams to be that dude. He kind of has been. He's had flashes. Will McDonald is probably like the one person who is outside of this. Quentin Williams especially can be as well. But like, man, like fantasy wise, Andre Cisco, decent.
Before we talked about the names, do you credit the Lions defense more from Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, who's now the head coach of this team, or damn, I forgot his name, but the head Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell from
Jack Campbell's there.
Dan Campbell from the Lions. Who do you credit more for that defense?
It's Dan Campbell, man. It's that dog mentality. Right? He's a linebacker. Right? Was he a tight end or a linebacker? No, he's a tight end. He's just a strong guy to coach. Like
he's a guy you do not want to fight. He looks like a bear. No, but so you credit him more. So like I do. How do we even know what we're getting with this defense?
Well, okay. So the thing is, this defense has been good, and I mean, yes, there's a little bits changed here and there, but none of the key pieces have changed, in my opinion. I mean, we're still looking at a pretty good team. This defense might keep them competitive, more competitive than you'd think. If this offense can be anything, this defense has to be good. So I'm kind of in on this defense as a whole. Like, I don't know if you want to go buy the New York Jets defense in a team defense league, but at the end of the day, like they'll probably put up some pretty big bangers. Like that may be a great bye week fill-in defense because they'll probably be sitting on that wire unless they hit hard in the beginning.
Well, pass rush is really the only concern, right? Because like we don't trust Will McDonald yet, and then Jermaine Johnson's been hurt, and he hasn't really done anything either. So it's kind of smidge concerning. And it's
good, but
he's good. He's good. Exactly. If he played in the DT league, he's perfect. Quincy's also good.
Yeah.
And CJ Mosley was good, but then he retired. So
they do Jamin Davis, which kind of makes me curious if he ever gets a playing role because he kind of got the boot at Washington when Bobby Wagner came in. So interested to see if he can make something of himself because he kind of had a good start to his career and then kind of just got sat for veterans, which I don't know. That might mean more than whatever. But anyway, these are all late round flyers that you're taking in IDP leagues, so don't stress about it.
I really I really hope that Sauce Gardner comes back. Like I hope he's really good this year. He was not great last year and he was getting burnt, but when he came in and he was like the legit Sauce Gardner, that was special. And I hope that he comes back and is good as he was that last
I just love that he made all those millions of dollars on royalties with Buffalo Wild Wings and his name Sauce. Like, good for him, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
For sure. All right. The Jets over-under is 5.5. The schedule, which I'm looking at the 2024 schedule, so that's not going to help at all.
It's not helpful at all.
I don't have the schedule pulled up, Josh.
I got it.
That is on me.
Pittsburgh, week 1, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, Dallas, Denver, Carolina, Cincinnati, Cleveland, New England, Baltimore, Atlanta, Miami, Jacksonville, New Orleans, New England, Buffalo. I think they could shock the world. There's some tough games in there, but
they can win 7
outside of their division, which obviously they have Buffalo. They don't play any of the big guys. Oh, Baltimore, I guess.
Well, here's where Josh, can I be real with you? Here's what I'm scared of. So week 1's Pittsburgh, which is a extremely rare revenge on revenge game because you have Aaron Rodgers going against Justin Fields. They flip-flop teams. So the rare revenge game. It's a double revenge situation. But if they lose that game, they play Buffalo next. That's probably an L. They play at Tampa. That's probably an L. Miami, I would say 50-50, but then you got Dallas, Denver, Carolina, Cincy.
I think they could actually win all 5 of those games if need be.
You think so? Fair enough. If you think this team is that good, okay.
I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying in a good world, like Miami, Dallas, Denver, Carolina, Cincinnati all have their weaknesses. Like
that's true. Plus, they played Denver in England, so that is also a good neutralizer. Yeah.
I was gonna say. I mean, now Buffalo probably an L. Let's be real, both times I imagine. Pittsburgh could win that game. I mean, Pittsburgh's team is just a weird team this year.
It's a weird team.
So I'm saying 1-2 after week 3, and then you go beat Miami. Say you lose to Dallas, that's 2-4. Then you go beat Denver, possibly Carolina. I say hopefully easily. Who knows what Carolina's going to be this year? And then Cincy, and you can upset that. I already had like 4 wins. Like, I mean,
I guess that's true because then they do Cleveland, which I think is bad. They're going to split with New England at least.
Later. New Orleans.
Atlanta's wacky, and then New Orleans is your free space for the season. So I guess you're right. I mean, come on. That team is rough. I love Rougarou, and I hope the best for him. This is going to be a hard watch.
It's going to be tough. I hope Tyler Shuck does something. But anyway, regardless, I'm going to go over here. I think 6 is very doable.
I think you talked me into it. I think 6, like 6-12 or 6-11. Yeah. That's not that. That wouldn't be weird.
I could see him doing better even, but things would have to click really well. A lot of talent with Brees and Garrett and even Fields, and then not to mention this defense. So
never would have imagined that we'd be saying that, but here we are. All right, next team on the list is the Miami Dolphins. That is the second worst, according to Vegas, going into the season. I'll start out because I think I know what we're all thinking. This team's teetering a bit because there is a first coach fired situation brewing in Miami this season. Because of the team makeup, because of the expectations, because it's been long enough now that we should be seeing actual wins. I get that they're one good team. The playoff game was in negative degrees in Kansas City. Look, we live in St. Louis. We were feeling that same cold. It was that cold. It was suck. But I think we can all say it. This team's like could easily implode by like week 5. So with that being said, I'm out on Tua. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. I didn't do it last year.
The consensus is that at this point. I don't think anyone's really in on Tua, which cool thing is he is absolutely free. So if you're in a deep league or you're in a super flex league, might be worth a late buy, But I personally agree, do not want Tua on my team personally. But like if Tyreek Hill actually turns to form where he's getting 1,600 yards and Waddle also somehow gets unlocked, you already know Achane can do his thing. This offense has the makings of greatness. It's built on a house of cards with Tua because like we know this that without Tua, it's nothing.
It's like a house of cards and like somebody has actually turned a fan on. Like somewhere in the room, there's a fan blowing.
It's
in your house. Exactly. It's like kind of fluttering a little bit. You can they're like, all right, bud, can we turn that off, please? Maybe I have a house of cards going here. That's kind
I never thought I'd say this sentence. The good news is they did get Zach Wilson as a backup quarterback, who is the best backup quarterback that they've had. It's not been great for them. Skylar Thompson has never done anything, and finally
they had Mickey Blanco, but they never used him. They just let him walk.
Mike White, let him walk. Anyway, offensively, we kind of already touched on it. It's Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and then a bunch of no names that you're never going to draft behind him. Westbrook Akine is there, who I assume will slot in as the third guy. I mean, Malik Washington.
I like
him. I can't remember if it was Malik or Taj Washington because they have the exact same name. One of them was good-ish and had moments, but once again, like you're drafting.
I think it was Malik.
I think it was Malik as well. But Westbrook or Keenan, like they have some depth here, which is nice because the problem is if you lose Tyreek or Waddle, which we still have not unlocked the full potential of what Waddle could have been. I feel like his rookie year was really good, and then we've just like went down this like okay-ish seasons. I don't think I really had Waddle on my team.
I have never bought Waddle. I was proven complete. I thought he was going to be a bust coming in, and then he had a really good first season. So I felt like
rookie and sophomore season actually, both two good seasons.
So I felt like I was wrong there, but like now as time, hindsight is completely 2020. I don't feel like I was that wrong. I mean, I was wrong initially, but I'm not that wrong.
When Waddle and Hill are playing together, Hill's doing really well, Waddle's doing fine. When one of them is out, they're both out. Like it doesn't matter if one's playing, they're not. Like it's just awful, and I don't know how they can fix that. Let's just get to the actual bright news. Go draft Tyreek Hill. He's talked about how he wants to focus on football. He wants to be more. He wants to be better. He wants to have his resurgence. I think you can believe Tyreek Hill. I mean, at the end of the day, and you're not getting him.
I will say I don't love that it seemed like he was like, this team's never going to win anything at the end of last season, but it does seem like he's bought back in at least. I mean,
he's bought back in, and I mean, he understands that like he can still break records here. If Tua's fully healthy, he can still get that. He can still beat CJ or Calvin Johnson's. I almost said CJ 2K, but
do you think he regrets leaving Kansas City for the money? Like, do you think he loves the money more, or do you think he would have rather just stayed with the Chiefs for a little less money?
Just think about all the rings he's missed out on, right? What, 3 of them?
I know. I mean, and what's crazy is he himself was like, we could win like 8-9 rings here, and I mean, he could have, maybe, I don't know. Like this seems
they did it without him, and I mean,
they would have been better against the Eagles if they had Tyreek Hill than not having Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill would have burnt Slay to death, like at that point. Slay would have been off the team before the Super Bowl's over.
Yeah, so I mean, we can say that at least. All right, let's go on running back.
I'm still in on Hill. I know. Hold on, I want to finish my Hill rant.
Sure.
Hill had everyone drafted Hill in the first round last year, and everyone was really bummed whenever it didn't pan out, which it was super hit or miss, very Amari Cooper-esque. But the good news is you're not drafting in the first round anymore. He's in the third round at least, so might even slip past that. A lot of veterans slip.
Feel better about him there than I feel good about him in the first round.
Yeah, first round. I actually had him 2 years ago and won a league with him, and I unfortunately drafted him last year in the first round. So I get it.
Fair. All right. Running back wise, we got Devon Achane. Look, I have been the big Achane hater throughout this time that we've done, since he's been in the league. I'm in. I mean, I am in. I wouldn't take him in the first round. I think, like, according to Fantasy Pros, which is one of the first couple picks, second round, I feel great about that. Like, that would be a fantastic spot to take him. I would not, if he was like 7 or 8, that is a little too rich for my blood. I think there's still value. You can get higher than that. But at his peak, he is probably the best running back. Like, I'll say it. I think at his peak, if he was to peak every week like he does when the whole offense is cooking, I think he could outpace Saquon in terms of points, fantasy points, not yards or anything, but points.
No, because of the 78 catches that he's getting. Yeah, if his passing game stats look the same as they did last year, or anywhere near it, honestly, we're great. If they don't, though, I'm worried because he's a home run hitter, right? Like I'm not worried about like the price tag's a little high for me in my opinion, but like you said, if you're in the 12th,
you wouldn't take him in the second.
No. If I'm in the 12th slot,
London
and Achane, I'm not against it. I'm nervous. I'm worried. He's a little guy. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, his speed kills, man. It's like drafting Tyreek. Honestly, he's Tyreek Hill and running back form. Like you kind of have to go for him.
The biggest worry we had was the fact that he cannot do 23 ground touches a game. That's not going to happen. And so how could he possibly get score? But it's kind of like in baseball, how they have like the hitters that just hit home runs, like they don't ever hit singles or anything. That's kind of like what Devon Achane is. Like he's the guy, he's just going to hit home runs. Sure, like the other 15 runs he has are probably not going anywhere, but that one run that goes for like 80 yards and a touch, that makes your whole day in fantasy. So
he was consistent too. He was hitting double digits pretty much every. I think he had like 3 or 4 that weren't double digit. I mean, That's
Yeah,
great
I mean,
performances. That's all you can ask for, man. You hate the 3s and the 2s and 1s and stuff in your lineup,
right.
especially when you flip flop them and you put him on your bench, he gets 20, and then you put him in your lineup, you get 1. Like, he was consistently scoring 20 points. He was actually more of a consistent running back last year because he was getting 7-8 targets a game. So as long as that passing game stays decently, I think we're good. I mean, he did this on a shitty team. So if this team is fully healthy, like it seems it is now, this team has the makings of being a good team, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they were 2 years ago. They were running with the Eagles with undefeated seasons with 7-0, 8-0, whatever they made it to. Obviously, injuries tore the team apart, but
so
the team can be good.
I think I agree with that. All right, last position of fantasy need here is Darren Waller. That's their tight end now. They have They got rid of Jonnu Smith, traded him, and then dug Darren Waller out of a clearance bin that we didn't even know he was in. Like, we didn't know he was still available. Like, wow, okay.
I don't hate it.
They got him.
So I'm curious. Is this pup list an automatic 4 weeks out at this point in the season, or is this just training camp?
It has to be the beginning of the season. But during this, you can come off it at any time.
Okay.
So anybody who's on the pup list right now can come off at any time. I will say that when Noah Fant got released by Seattle, I'm kind of like, maybe we go that direction, Miami. Maybe we just go that route, because that would look really good in this offense.
Like it'll happen. I don't know what their salary cap
is. The Darren Waller thing doesn't make it through training camp because he hasn't played in 2 years. Like, maybe this would work better. I don't know. I was just spitballing here. Darren Waller's older than us. Like I said it when he got signed.
But he's older than us. Darren Waller he started playing when he was like 27, or starting at least. Like, he was already old when he like finally got his break, and I think it was actually Oakland at the time. But there's still some tread left on these tires, I imagine. I mean, he's been out of football, so who knows what shape he's in. That's, I feel like, the biggest question. But I mean, I'm not saying fantasy wise, but like, I'm looking forward to seeing it on the team level, and they need someone there.
We'll see. I just feel like go get Noah Fant, please.
It sounds like they probably should.
I just think
that he's starting on the pup list and he hasn't played football yet. Like, why is he on the pup? What did he do?
However, Arthur Smith needs a tight end. You know, he's got 2, but better than 2,
let's
Josh?
Calm down. Arthur's 6. 17. All right. And onto the defense. Is there anyone here that you are just like absolutely smash?
Okay, so here's the thing about this defense. They're going to give up a ton of points this season. Their cornerback room is a literal hot mess. So
they got stormed up.
He might play. He might have to play this year. So Artie Burns just went down today in training camp, which was probably going to be a potential starter for this cornerback room. Now they got Kader Kohu and Cam Smith. Cam Smith, by the way, who they took in the second round in 2023, has not made a start yet in 2 years. They took him in the second round. Now he's being thrust. Literally, they've been just like cooking him on low, apparently, this whole time, just ready for this stew.
It's a crock pot, man. It kept him on the warm for 2 years.
So, yeah, we've got Storm Duck, Cam Smith, and Kader Kohu. That's a liability. That's all I'm gonna say. There's gonna be a lot of pass work here.
They do got Minka. Minka can get a pick here and there when they forget about him. So that's
if you could clone Minka, that would be best case scenario here for sure.
A couple Minkas.
Yeah. So I don't love anything there. I think the only things I like about this are if Bradley Chubb can finally get it going, which we have yet to see. And then their linebackers. I don't mind Taj. I know a lot of people were down on Jordan Brooks. I like Jordan Brooks. I don't think
Dotson and Brooks have both been great.
And Dotson. I think Dotson's fine. I think Dotson's probably the one I want the most on this team, probably. Maybe Jalen Phillips, but like not really.
Jalen Phillips, isn't he more of a pass rush specialist? Like, I mean,
he is. Defensive wise, like I don't want Seiler, don't want Benito Jones.
No, the rest of their interior D is crap. Although
Kenneth Grant is interesting, but he's a rookie, so like, is he going to come in and immediately be good? I don't know.
I want to see what he counts as in fantasy, because if he counts as an edge rusher, that would suck. But if he counts as a defensive tackle, and you're in a defensive tackle specifically, that could be great, because that's how I thought he was whenever he got drafted.
Yeah, they do have Willie Gay, your pal.
Okay.
One of your old nemesis.
Has he done anything in the league?
He has not. He was on KC, and we hoped year after year that Willie Gay was going to be something, and he never was.
And then Nick Bolton was something, and then now he wasn't, and now it's just I just don't think KC is really built to cut out to have a true stud linebacker. But what's the over under for this team?
Well, I'm just gonna say the defense is going to be the thing, the straw that breaks this camel's back. By the way, like that is going to be the problem here. It's not going to be the offense.
This is Cincinnati Bengals light on both sides of the ball.
They had years to figure out how to fix this defense, and they have done nothing.
They do draft good players, I will say, at least in defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
They got Chop still.
Anyway, that's true. 7.5.
All right. Don't think that's happening. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet. All right. Indy, New England, Buffalo, New York Jets, Carolina, Chargers, Cleveland, Atlanta, Baltimore, Buffalo, Washington, New Orleans, Jets, Steelers, Bengals, Tampa Bay, New England. Woof, dude. At first I was like, that is an easy opening of a schedule. Like they're going to kill it. Like she just got Buffalo really to worry about. And then they hit Baltimore. Well, I don't know if you count Atlanta. Baltimore, Buffalo, Washington, all in a row right before the bye. Like it'd be different if the bye was before that. You'd be like, all right, lace up, gentlemen. We got some shit going on. But
I don't love it. I think an implosion coming.
I'm gonna go with the over because I kind of root for this team, right? Like it's the fast team. This is the team I build in Madden every year I play it. Like I'm like, all right, just give me the fastest wide receiver.
Love the offense, hate the defense. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but this is. I mean, what they did. Their defense might have been a little bit better 2 years ago when they were making their run, but I could see them winning 8 games, and I could see them squeaking into the playoffs. The AFC has some gaps that could finish it if everything goes perfectly. Sorry, my bad. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying.
I was about to say, man. I feel like as weird as this sounds, I feel like I trust the Jets more than I trust the Miami Dolphins.
Less of a house of cards for sure, but yeah, the Tua situations.
I mean, and I think the Jets have a very low ceiling, but Miami's floor is on the basement.
Okay, let's just say Tua, Achane, Hill, and Waddle all stay healthy. How many wins do you think they have?
They're going to have to win shootouts. Like literally. So and I guess this maybe isn't a terrible or good
this one. This is more reason to go back to draft these 4 guys other than Tua.
So like the Buccaneers kind of did this last year where they had an incredible offense, Baker, Godwin, Mike Evans, Bucky. Like they had a really good offense, but the defense was just a swinging door that everyone could go in and out of. This is what Miami's going to be. And I don't like this offense as much as I like that offense. So I still think I think 7. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll split. That's fine. I think I'm just going off of hope more so than anything. Would I bet on this? Absolutely not. Please don't.
I mean, I appreciate your hope there. I don't know. I feel like we have first coach fired. Things go poorly here.
I think Mike McDaniel's been needing to be fired for a while now. So
probably so. Yeah. All right. Third team is the New England Patriots. Upstart New England Patriots here.
All right. Is there anyone on this team that you're actually excited about? Because I don't think there's a single player on this team that I want on any of my teams offensively.
I am going to tell you, you're right. I'm not excited about any one player on this team. I think collectively, I think this is interesting, but maybe Demario Douglas. I do kind of like his game.
That's your wide receiver pick. I'm picking Kyle Williams because I just have this hope that this rookie is finally the good wide receiver that they have. But yeah, we got. Okay, let me just go through the wide receivers first because I feel like we know the running backs and we know who Drake May is. So we got Kayshon Boutte, Stephon Diggs, Demario Douglas, Matt Collins, Kyle Williams, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, and some other people. Sure.
Well, and even Efton Chisholm. Do people believe in Efton Chisholm?
We got Efton Chisholm. Sadly enough. Sorry, I forgot we're doing that.
No, if Joe was here, he would be.
But the thing is I can't tell anyone out there to go draft this player, waste your roster spot on this player, because most of the people that I just listed are like undrafted. I'm sure Diggs will get drafted, maybe Kyle Williams, probably Demario Douglas, but after that, it's done. And like Douglas,
I only like Douglas because you're getting him in like the 14th round, and that's the exact kind of
dark throw. And it's not even about ADP for me. It's not about ADP for me. There's 8 wide receivers here, and we did this last year where there was 4 wide receivers, and we played the game of can it be Polk, can it be Baker? I mean, who was it that was everyone's love interest? Was it Jalen Polk? Because he didn't do shit.
It was Polk, and then a little bit of Baker.
A little bit of Baker.
Actually, I mean, it was kind of Kendrick Bourne. Like everybody thought he was because they wouldn't trade him, and everybody's like, "Oh, they must have big plans." They didn't.
They did not have big plans.
Spoiler alert, there was no
so
big plans.
this is a great Buffalo Bills wide receiver. Like if Josh Allen, if
you
Drake
had
May
Josh Allen,
anything like Josh Allen and can spread the ball around and have no true number one receiver and just throw all of these dudes and just make the team win because of it, that's great. I'm not drafting a single wide receiver unless it's my last pick in the draft and I'm like, fuck it, I want myself Kyle Williams or I want myself Douglas or whatever it is.
That's true. I mean, I think we're all going to get one.
That's the thing. There's enough to go around for the whole league, I think.
I'm pretty sure our entire league will have one of these guys on their team. Which is a chance. I don't know. 10-man league. It probably won't be, but
all right. Anyway, let's get into the man of the hour, Drake May. What do you
okay, so Drake May, I do feel like is gonna have staying healthy, he could be a great top 10 quarterback this season for fantasy. However, he does not take care of himself. They did buff the line a little bit, the offensive line. It's not as bad as it was last year, but he still feels like he is Josh Allen. And I think Josh Allen takes strategic big hits. Like he knows kind of what he needs to do to survive the big hit. Drake May does not. He does not yet, at least. And that makes me a little nervous for his longevity and for the season. It's kind of all riding on him because they do have the Pastronaut as his backup. I do like that. But this all kind of rides on Drake May. And I think he could win people leagues, but he could also completely get hurt by week 4, and we're he's out for 6 weeks. It's kind of like what we were worried about with Jaden Daniels, but this guy's even more reckless than Jaden Daniels.
Did he get injured last year? I feel like he wasn't. Because Jacoby started off the year, he was terrible, and then they eventually were like, all right, we have 4 losses. Let's go ahead and put Drake May in.
So it wasn't that he got hurt. It was the style of play that he used in those games. He was taking some beatings in these games, which, again, the O-line sucked. Ask Ramondre Stevenson. He probably cursed them out under his breath more than anyone in the league last season about how bad that O-line was. But Drake May was taking some whoops out there, and I just I don't know how a whole season of that can work. I will see, obviously. I mean, Josh Allen does it week in, week out. But I just don't know if Drake May can do it. That's the only thing I'm concerned about here.
I would have loved for a true number 1 on this team. This is the Green Bay Packers, but more and less wide receiver 2s. I think everyone's a wide receiver 3 on this team.
Well, you know what sucks is next season's wide receiver draft is atrocious. It's just, I mean, maybe some guy comes out of nowhere and pops, which can happen. We've seen it, but just going into this season, there is not a wide receiver I'm excited about in this next draft. So the Patriots are going to have to figure out how to go get someone. Someone's got to be unhappy. Terry McLaurin, do you want to come on down maybe? I don't know. Somebody is going to be unhappy with their contract situation. And the Patriots should be going after that person because their draft ain't happening. So might as well go that route.
If Diggs hadn't torn his ACL last year, I'd probably say, yes, this is the dude. He barely –
because we know these these ACL injuries, it takes a year. We're getting a discount on Breece Hall this year because of him recovering from an ACL injury last year and not being the same. So this year we're getting the discount because of what he did last year, and he's going to be perfectly fine and healthy this season. Stephon Diggs, he's probably going to not be 100% Stephon Diggs this season because these ACL injuries just take a lot longer than we give them to heal. So
I'll say he's one of the most consistent wide receivers we've seen in years outside of Mike Evans.
Yes. And I hope if he shows up 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, that'd be incredible. I mean,
as long as the pink cocaine incident doesn't come back to bite him, but yeah.
Probably not. That would make me think he is healthier than maybe we're letting it out to be.
Nah, dude, you can do cocaine while injured. That's not a problem.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if it helps, I mean, sure. All right. What are we doing with this running back room, though? I would love to hear your take.
I love both of them separately.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'll probably end up with Stevenson just because the price tag's lower, but
yeah,
I'm interested in Travion, man, because the problem with Stevenson last year was they never had a chance to use him because they were always in passing down situations. So insert Travion, perfect person to be there to screw over Stevenson. But I think they got Stevenson for 3 more years on a contract. This is ironclad for at least 2 years.
Just signed him last season. So
it's it couldn't have been a worse landing spot for Travion. For the future, obviously great. I think he's the man of the future, but I just think that there's just Stevenson's gonna be sniffing around. And the good news is if I say good news is terrible, if one of them gets injured, wide open for the job. Although the only problem is we saw what happened with Stevenson last year. So I guess Trayvon's fun. It depends on where he goes. Like if he slips and everyone's like, "No, I like Stevenson. He's gonna be better." Blah blah blah, and all of a sudden Henderson's in the 7th round, and you're like, "Oh man, why not? Let's see what happens."
Henderson on Fantasy Pros going 72.
Okay, so yeah, about 7th round. I mean, I'm interested.
Round.
I'm interested. I just don't know if I'll pull the trigger. Although I don't have a draft strategy for Friday, so it's going to be a great draft.
Stevenson's going in the 11th.
Yeah, see, that seems like that's your 4th, 5th running back on your team, and you're just like, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, he's going around Jordan Mason, Cam Scattaboo, and Tyjae Spears. Like, I would definitely like Stevenson and over those guys.
Yeah, Stevenson.
Maybe Scattaboo, but like just because we don't know what the Giants are doing. But Stevenson over Mason and Spears.
Stevenson over Scattaboo. So I think Tracy's still going to have a bigger role, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, they also announced that it's for sure Russell Wilson starting for them. They're not even going to give Jameis Winston a chance.
Why does what does Russell have on the league, dude? Why is he still relevant? He's not good.
I don't know. Dayball has like 1 year to figure out his life, and he's putting it all on Russell Wilson. Like,
I would be like, listen, we're gonna rotate the quarterbacks each week if y'all can't win. Like, you're out if you lose.
I love that. I mean, it's probably not healthy for any of their mindset, but at the same time, like, I kind of love that philosophy,
Giants.
I guess.
Get over it.
Yeah, that's true. And then Hunter Henry is going in about the 13th round, 14th round. I think he could be good. I mean, he had a decent connection with Drake May. I mean, I don't love him, but
Hunter is good. I love how they still are doing the Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez approach and have Austin Hooper, Jaheim Bell. Like, once again, this is just the receiving core. I don't really want them. Hunter Henry might be the best one to have here if you had to choose, and Henry can be a valuable fill-in. Or starter. I mean, sort of borderline starter.
True. All right. Well, on to the defense. Do any of these guys excite you? I'll just go off. I know there's a couple of ex-Philly guys on here that maybe you wanted to talk about, but
I do like them ex-Philly guys.
Yes, you do.
Dude, Milton Williams is great. They got him at a D tackle though, and the problem is this is a 4 or 3-4 system, and this is the same system Matt Judon did not thrive in. So Milton Williams is a defensive tackle, or was a defensive tackle originally, and then he played edge rush because obviously the Bryce Huff thing didn't work for the Philly team. But now I think he's going to be, whether he's defensive tackle or an end, he's going to be inside. He's not going to be getting the edge pressures anymore. And so I'm worried about that because that was not his strong suit. That's Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter's strong suit. So I think that's going to be an epic waste of money for New England, unfortunately. Love Milton Williams to death. I just don't think the 3-4 system works for these guys. Or 3-4? Yeah, 3-4. Do like Christian Ellis, though. He's always been kind of like a practice squad player. And if he actually does get to start, which I doubt, I mean, they got Tavai, Gibbons, Kayvon, Chase on. So I think Spillane's the one to have here, linebacker-wise. And then it's always nice to take little flyers on the rest of these guys. Jelani Tavai has actually been really great for New England for a long time. So yeah, outside of that, Keon White could be fun. We still.
I like Keon White a lot. I do think he is one of the guys that's like sneaky in fantasy, where you're just like, he's not really a name that everybody's in on, but if you're locked in, actually he's not bad. I mean, he's a good fill-in for, a guy I'm picking up off the waiver wire. He's definitely a good dude there. And also, if you play in cornerback only leagues, Christian Gonzalez is probably one of the best cornerbacks that you can get for that.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought Harold Landry was like 37 years old. He's only 29. He's actually been pretty solid too. Gets decent amount of tackles each year, around 70 mark, and then close to the 10 sack mark the last few years. So, I mean, he's startable. I mean, and probably pretty cheap.
Yeah,
because of the change of pace.
Jabril Peppers also a guy that's.
They spent a lot of money this year in the offseason. I mean, and
it
it's
did.
And bolstering the defense, which is great. Hopefully it works.
I love that's how you're saying it for him.
I mean, you got
hope it works.
Carlton Davis, Spillane, Landry.
Here's the thing. It's Mike Vrabel, though. Like, we know he can put up a defensive team here. Like, we know he can do that.
That's why he has so many Tennessee players.
Yeah. That probably is it.
He's even got Monty Rice too, who was a big fan, buried on the depth chart. One of my like hopeful linebackers for Tennessee like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. All right, the over under for the New England Patriots is 8.5.
Okay. Don't love that.
It's like 9-8.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Okay, Las Vegas, dub. Miami, Pittsburgh, Carolina, Buffalo, New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Jets, Cincy, Giants, Buffalo, Baltimore, Jets, Miami.
Yeah. They don't play any hard teams.
No, yeah, you got Baltimore.
I mean, other than Buffalo and Baltimore.
They got one Baltimore, and then like Tampa Bay and Cincy, like good offenses, bad defenses. In divisional, we already seen this division. Yeah, no, they could do it. Holy shit! But at the end of the day, like they could not do it as well. Once again, don't put your house on this one. But I will say over. I'm over on all three right now, which seems wrong.
It does seem wrong, but you know what?
To be fair, some of these are quite low.
I applaud you for going all in on them. Okay, last team in this division, the surprising. I mean, we both thought, all three of us thought that Buffalo was not going to be that good last season, and they were just like in a transition period between getting pretty much shredding their whole defense and getting rid of all of the good options on offense, and they still cooked. So we'll just start with the man. It's Josh Allen. Look, if you get him on your team, you have probably the MVP front runner going in offensively. So, like, it's either him or Lamar, and he's going to make back what you pay. However, you are giving up a third-round talent probably for
maybe even earlier.
Potentially earlier, yeah. But I'm saying at least third-round talent. You're giving up third-round wide receiver, third-round running back to have probably the best fantasy quarterback that's available. So if you're willing to pay up and you think that gamble could pay off, you're gonna have to hit on your picks later. But then again, you're not worrying about quarterback either for the whole year. So I don't know. Me and you are not really big quarterback early guys, but
I never grabbed the first one, and it's hard for me. And I'd love to have Josh Allen on my team. He's literally, I mean, and even last year, I'm pretty sure. So he went the last 5 years: quarterback one, quarterback two, quarterback one, quarterback two. Like,
yep.
Clear as day, the number one quarterback in fantasy football. No one does that. Like, I seen someone grab Lamar in a mock draft over Josh Allen, and I was like, I know this is a mock draft, but that's still silly.
I'm curious how many championships a Josh Allen fantasy team has won. Like, wouldn't you be curious about that?
2 or 3 years ago. I mean, I'm just the last 2 years, I'd love to know. But like 2 or 3 years ago, Josh Allen wasn't going that high. Like we knew he was good. We knew he was good, but then he lost Stephon Diggs, and then he lost this, and he lost that. But like at the end of the day, his stats don't lie, dude. I mean, his passing numbers took a small dip, but he made it up on the ground. So
all on the ground, yeah.
And had his lowest interception stat last year, which is pretty wild. I guess not force feeding Stephon Diggs actually pays off for him.
So look, we on this podcast, we're not looking down on you for taking a quarterback first. It's just not our cup of tea. Like, it's not something that we're going to. We look, open the fridge. We're looking around. That's not what we're going to grab. We're not grabbing the QB1 in the third round drink. But to each their own. To each their own.
It's like a Bud Light lime. It sounds lovely, but at the end of the day, you're like, I'll just take my Budweiser. Like, it sounds nice and refreshing. Like, it's a little.
I'll grab what I'm used to. But I see the Bud Light lime. I haven't had it, but I don't want it. It's fine.
But it's 100 degrees outside. The Bud Light lime sounds good. No, it does. I think I'll go with my regular.
That's what it is.
I'm not going outside. I'm staying inside in the AC.
Exactly.
But no, seriously, honestly, Josh Allen worth every penny you can pay for him. I'm grabbing running back in round 3, probably.
Me too.
Usually
Same.
What I do.
Taking Breece Hall.
Anyway, we don't need to beat this to death. But great analogy, by the way. I love all this.
Yeah.
Wide receiver wise, we're back to another. I mean, we just went over this exact same roster on the Patriots. We got Josh Palmer coming over from LA. Khalil Shakir, who was kind of the favorite last year, and I think that's the guy you want. Keon Coleman, I do think we can get a year 2 jump from him. Like, I think everyone was like, he's going to be the guy because they don't have anyone anymore. It was clearly Shakir. I think Coleman can take a jump, man. It all depends on how it works out. Like, I don't know what his specialty is going to be, and if Allen's going to find him and like what he sees from him. Like, Josh Allen seems very temperamental, especially the way he played last year. He was throwing the ball safely, and when he threw the ball, he was throwing it safely until the end. Chanel from Jacksonville is coming over. Elijah Moore.
There's an
Cleveland.
Island of Misfit Toys vibe to the end of this roster
I
here.
don't hate any of those 3 wide receivers. Elijah Moore could still be something. Curtis Samuel has flashes at the very least. I'm not talking about from a fantasy perspective.
They have KJ Hamler on this team.
They got Hamler? Nice. I didn't even see that far. But Chanel, once again, kind of, it is a little Island of Misfit Toys, but I think Elijah Moore can find a role. It all comes down to that, is Coleman the guy? Is Palmer going to be the number 1 in that, group of new guys? But I like the idea.
I'm in on Palmer, by the way. I think that's my guy.
You've been in on Palmer, man.
Well, I know, but now I like this situation better for him. He was with Herbert. I get it. That's fine. But I don't know. He's gonna be like my Jacoby Myers late.
No, Josh Palmer sounds a lot like a Jacoby Myers, where it's nobody wants him. His name's boring. We've seen him. He's kind of been mid.
He's going to be 11th, 12th round, and he's going to return 8th round value, and he's going to be on a lot of rosters that win championships.
I could see him being a flex. I could see him being a flex player at the end of the year. Yeah. He signed $36 million, 3-year deal. Wild.
They plan on him being better than Amari Cooper, apparently.
Good enough.
That was a disaster.
Could have grabbed Amari Cooper too, but I guess they did already. So
I still like Khalil Shakir, but now it's kind of like that indie band that's popped. Nobody likes Khalil Shakir anymore.
I think Shakir's the guy to draft to start with. I don't think his value can't be that bad.
Fun. It used to be fun to be a fan of Khalil Shakir, but now everybody's a fan. It's not cool now. Everybody's on. I don't
want him anymore. 84, wide receiver 40. I'm about it. Your 4th wide receiver on your team, I could do that.
That's true. And he's going to turn up good numbers. I just, used to get him in the 11th, 12th round. See, that's the thing. I'm the guy that goes for the 11th, 12th round receiver that turns into an 8th round guy. And, these guys, they're getting popular now. And it's it sucks. But,
I can't wait for someone to draft him. And I'll be a fucking boy band over here. I want Shakir on his team.
Exactly. Well, big sellout guy, huh? All right.
All right. So my question to you is, what do we make of this James Cook situation? This is the big Band-Aid of this team that we need to rip off. I like James Cook. I didn't believe that he could be that they could have one running back. They hadn't in previous years. Singletary, they kicked to the curb. Zach Moss, they kicked. Was it Zach Moss? Yeah, Zach Moss, they kicked to the curb. James Cook did it 2 years in a row now. 1,000 yards. Pretty consistent. 4.8, 4.7. Pretty good breakouts here and there. Good passing work. I mean, not great, but good.
So I know you have the stats pulled up. Can you look at the one game James Cook missed last year? What Ray Davis did in that game? Because I'm pretty sure he was 22 for 150 and a touch. And
week six against the Jets, 20 carries, 97 yards, 3 catches, 55 yards.
Yeah, 140 yards.
No touchdowns, but still a great game.
Why pay money to Cook if it feels like a Ray Davis could probably do exactly the same thing?
So Ray Davis is an absolute steal right now because Ray Davis is going in the 14th round. But I'm just saying, I know we don't want to touch this.
I just don't know if I want to be the one holding the James Cook grenade because we've seen these contract holdouts implode running back seasons. We just have. It happens way more than we like it to happen. And I get it. Get your money. But for a team like this where the main running back is the quarterback.
Do you remember Melvin? You remember Melvin Gordon that year?
I remember
Melvin Gordon was drafted in the 2nd round, maybe even 1st round at the time.
Brando will never forget that.
Is it Brando that drafted him?
He was a big Melvin Gordon guy, and that happened to him.
Talk to him about that tomorrow.
Yeah, he was stuck holding that, and then
Le'Veon
Bell situation.
Going currently as running back 45, so free. And 141 overall. You got the likes of J.K. Dobbins being drafted around this time.
I just think I'd rather have Ray Davis because I think there's a lot more that can be done here I don't know. I don't think they're going to pay James Cook. I just don't because there's no reason to. Your RB1 on this team is the quarterback. Your RB2A can be Ray Davis, and nobody is going to care about RB2B, which is James Cook. So. I don't know.
At the end of the day, if James Cook plays, your Ray Davis investment didn't work out, but go draft Ray Davis, because if
you got him for free,
if your
drop him
14th round pick didn't work out, I'm so sorry. Like at the end of the day, and if you listen to us and you're like, oh man, I was really gonna get that 14th round pick and I was hoping for it to work out to fix my running game. You've had 13 rounds to draft other running backs at that point. So I assume
we'll get more into depth when we get into our like big like potential
and
league winner guys that we're gonna do.
Might break on this too. He might get his contract, or he might actually be holding out whenever drafts come again and or actually officially start. I know we're a little early, but anyway,
I was about to say the problem is we're drafting this weekend, and right now I am no thanks.
Not touching James Cook with a 10-foot pole. I'm excited to see where he goes too, because someone's going to draft him too early.
Yeah, because because we're using ESPN sheets and stuff, and he's still exactly where he is. But in a month, that situation could be completely different. Completely different.
Yeah, I learned my lesson
traded for all we know.
So I didn't learn my lesson from Melvin Gordon, and I didn't learn my lesson from these other holdouts. I think I did have Le'Veon Bell in one league, but I think it was like I had to take him. It was like there was no choice otherwise. And I did learn my lesson from the likes of Antonio Brown and Josh Gordon, just completely unstable people. And now I lump all these other people in. And James Cook's probably a lovely guy. He's probably a great person. But now I lump you in with the likes of them because I don't know where your mental's at. Like, I don't know if you're like, I need my bag or I ain't playing and I'm never playing again. I'm going to rip my shirt off in the middle of the game. I mean, I drafted AB 1-1 in one of our leagues. I mean, we had two keepers, but man, still, it's rough. The year he ripped.
The year before that, he was incredible. So
that's the thing is, Joe had him on his team. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. We'll get there. James Cook going at running back 16. Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, Truba Hubbard, Connor. I know there's a drop off in Cooks right at that drop off, in my opinion. Still not touching him.
I just feel like let your friend take him and gloat if he's good the first
Hampton's 3 or 4 10 weeks, picks lower, 8 picks lower. Yeah, go get Hampton with Najee eye injury, man. Like I'd rather take the buy on the fun one than the buy on the I don't know if he's going to play one.
True.
Right. Anyway,
and then we don't even need to talk about the tight end situation,
which pisses me off. By the way, what happened? No, we do need to talk about it. I'm not allowing it to.
I'm not taking it
talk about. So. Okay, well, I'm going to talk about it. How about that? So Dalton Kincaid. Sorry, I'm thinking of Dallas Goedert, hometown hero. Dalton Kincaid comes out, and this is the Sam Laporta year, and he's a rookie tight end. Finishes in the top 12, number 11 tight end on the year. 70 catches, 600 yards, no touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, whatever. Nothing good enough. Then we're like, dude, well, Kincaid's the dude, man. And we drafted him right next to McBride. And all those McBride managers were like, yes, this is amazing. We got it. The Kincaid managers lost their leagues 100% because you drafted Kincaid in the 4th or 5th round, maybe 6th if you got lucky. And you've got fucked. Like you were done. Like week 1, dude. Like I think you were like week 1, 2 points. Week 2, 7 points. Week 3, 13. You're like, all right, this is fine, I guess. You got some 4s and 7s. Misses a couple games, 4s and 7s and 5s. I don't think he didn't hit double digits after week 8. Tough, dog. Like he should be too, because it's not even like Dawson Knox is getting any extra work. Dawson Knox out here catching 2 balls a game, man. Like 300 yards. And Kincaid, 400 yards. Sure, he missed a couple games. Don't care. It was unacceptable. I think Kincaid actually does have some value. I'm angry about it in certain ways. I think he can
appreciate it, but I don't know.
At the end of the day, he would have finished as a tight end 2 with these numbers, and that's not terrible, but it wasn't what we were expecting. And now that he's being drafted in the what? I don't even know where he's at this point because I was not prepared for this. 113.
I didn't even look it up.
10 and 12. So you're getting yourself a Warren or a Loveland and a Kincaid, and just one of these guys got to do it. Basically, if you're waiting for that long, you're hoping for one of the best situations to happen. So
I mean, he might pop. It's kind of like Tucker Kraft. Like you don't know exactly what you're getting, but his pops are going to be big. So I mean,
Jake Ferguson too. All 3 of those guys are right next to each other.
I just hate that he got drafted in the first round because the rest of these guys did not get drafted in the first round, and we're talking about them all in the same sentence because that's just where their careers have gone. Sadly.
I think Kincaid can have a bounce back, but I just wanted to voice my frustration. I didn't even have him last year because I was
fine.
I got McBride in all my leagues, which was lucky.
McBride would be. I'd be happy, but I can't do it.
McBride won me in 3 leagues, so appreciate him.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. Onto the defense. It's kind of the usual suspects a little bit, like Greg Rousseau. I like him a lot. Ed Oliver for DT. He's usually one of the first DTs to go. They have Joey Bosa. I'm not sure what to make of that quite yet because Von Miller was here last year for the old man role, and he didn't really do anything because they were saving for the playoffs. So I don't know if that's what Joey Bosa's planning on doing, but they kind of need him a little bit, even though like they still have AJ Epinesa, and they got brought in that Michael Heck guy who could be decent eventually. They also drafted a couple other guys where I'm interested to see why they drafted him because they could be playing, but whatever. Joey Bosa is the guy right now. And then the rest.
Why is it that everyone just assumes Joey Bosa is like the best defensive end? And is it because Nick Bosa was like put their name on the map? Because I feel like
he was good, and
he
then
was good-ish, 12, 10 tackles. I mean, he did have some pretty good young seasons, but like he was never
that's what it was.
TJ
His
Watt.
youth seasons were good. Yeah, exactly. Well, everybody thought he was going to be TJ Watt, and then Nick Bosa came in and was really good for a little
closer
while.
to TJ Watt.
Closer. It's still not.
No,
he flashed a lot. I don't know. Nick Bosa is just not as good as he once was. But
I'd like to see Joey Bosa have a good career. I mean, he's had a great career. Sorry, I'm not dogging on him, but I feel like everyone treats Joey Bosa like he's TJ Watt, and it's just like he's
True.
fine.
Chargers defense should have been better than it was. Let's just put it that way. I know there's a lot of teams that are going to have Terrell Bernard on it. Can't hate on that at all.
Mad at it, dude. He's killing him.
Definitely not.
Fun fact, Dorian Williams, that is a great, like, low-key late linebacker to store on your bench because he had some really good fill-in moments whenever Bernard and Milano went down last year. Probably going to stay as in the backup role, but whenever he was playing, I was actually starting Dorian and Terrell Bernard for a while in a couple different leagues. So,
yeah, and then defensive back wise, interested to see what happens with Cole Bishop this year. Seems like he's going to get a starting spot, even though DeMar Hamlin was actually pretty usable last year.
Played great.
It was actually he was quite a guy that you could put out there and actually trust that he was going to get some points. And then Teron Johnson, I feel like he needs to be mentioned. He is so underrated. I feel like because he's like considered a cornerback, but like he doesn't really play a cornerback, that like people just kind of brush over him. But he puts up stats. So if your defensive back spot, Teron Johnson's a guy. He's a boring name,
but he's corners that will ever be on my team.
Exactly, because he gets tackles, which is not what a lot of them do. He like gets tackles, passes defense. He gets some interceptions here and there. He's good for some big plays, so he's definitely a guy that pops a little bit for this team.
Yeah, pretty much nailed it. Excited by Gregor, so I don't know how much you talked about him. I know you kind of touched on him earlier.
He's just a usual suspect to me for this team.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that like he's just like that close to like popping, and I think he could. But
it's true. No, it's true. Okay, over under for the Buffalo Bills is 11.5.
Don't love that, honestly. All right, Baltimore, Jets, Miami, New Orleans, Patriots, Atlanta, Carolina, KC, Miami, Tampa Bay, Houston, Pittsburgh, Cincy, New England, Cleveland, Philly, Jets. Why did they get all these? I understand that the scoring is probably based upon the division standings at the end of the year, but everyone else had like Baltimore once, Cincy, sure, Tampa Bay maybe. This one's got Philly, Tampa Bay,
Chiefs.
Houston, Chiefs, Baltimore.
Well, they do. I mean, so like a number one ranked schedule is better than the like fourth place.
I understand that, but that's not just like adding Philly or adding KC or adding one or two of these guys. They added like three. Nobody else.
True, but people know. But people know that. I mean, the NFL knows that people want to watch Buffalo versus KC, Buffalo versus the Eagles. Like people want to watch that stuff.
Let's see what could have been on week 17. One of the teams is going to be resting their starters.
Like nobody wants to put Philly versus like New England. Like who cares?
Dude, just imagine if they're still vying for seeding, like Buffalo versus KC or Baltimore, or whoever's the top two, and then Philly's still good. Like, dude, that could be a huge game and like change things. Like. That'd be
the good thing is since it's an AFC versus NFC, like neither, like it's not like if one loses that's directly affecting them.
No, but at the end of the day, like if we're looking at the race last year, like if the Lions have one more win than them and they need this win to play, like the Eagles are gonna have to play their starters and Bills are still vying for their position. That actually is a great scheduling scheduling.
You doing over or under?
Dude, I feel like I went over on everyone. I think I'm gonna go under.
You did.
I think,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go under here, and it's not because of
You think they're gonna be
playing
10-7? The Buffalo Bills,
but I think they
10-7.
make the playoffs. Like I don't.
Or
I don't
11.
think
Oh shit! I mean 11-6. That's what they'd be.
was it 11.5?
Yeah, it was 11.5. So
Yeah,
it'd be
I think they win
11-6.
11
Be under.
games. 10 games at least.
Okay.
I think they still make the
6
playoffs.
losses on that schedule.
I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them officially be the 6 seems like a lot, honestly, now that I'm looking at those rosters. You know what? No, I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna stay under.
Okay, sticking with it. Okay. Well, it looks like for the AFC we have Buffalo easily winning the division, and then New England's probably getting a playoff spot, and then Miami and the Jets will probably not, but they'll be
They're hopefuls,
good.
man. We're hoping.
Yeah, they could get in.
I'd love to see this division be
things
competitive,
break right.
especially if the Bills do slip a couple games and like Miami gets a run, or the Jets get a run, or Patriots even. Like this might be the closest parity we've had in this division outside of the Jets. Let's just say the Jets are going to be bad again. Like the Dolphins can, the Patriots should, and the Bills do. So like there could be some parity here, but the Bills win the division for sure.
So I'm looking at our last AFC ones. Josh, you go over way too much. So
I'm a believer, man.
The AFC North, you went over on every single team. The AFC West, to be fair, you weren't here for, but I mean, me and Joe pretty much went over on everyone except for the Broncos. I went under. And then the AFC South, you went over on every team except for the Colts. You went under.
I love, man.
So literally, you are 11 of the 16
all these teams are going to win. All these teams are winners, dude. Hey, I went under on the Eagles. I know that.
That's factual. And at least you don't believe in the Colts, which, by the way, from their training camp footage today, it looked like a middle school practice. Anthony Richardson was sailing the ball over everyone, and then nobody could catch Daniel Jones's ball.
Well, now if Richardson had a leg injury or something, I'd be like, okay, well, maybe he can still be something. But he's just consistently having throwing shoulder injuries. Like, how are we supposed to expect this guy's staying in shape, has a good motion? Like, he can't do anything until he goes out there and plays football, and then he looks terrible doing it. I hate to be right about Anthony Richardson, but I think I was, guys. Like, I know Joe's not here, but I'm speaking to the general guys.
That's fair.
Joe was so hyped on him too. I just want to talk shit on Joe for a second. Joe was so hyped on Richardson that he was just going to be the dude or whatever. That man never even sniffed Jaden Daniels coming out, tearing it up.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I didn't also believe the same thing, but I mean, hey, whatever. That's
you
fine.
did believe the same thing. I was shitting on the one who wasn't.
I super did, but you know what? Sometimes,
to be fair, I didn't believe in Jaden Daniels, and I ended up drafting him and winning a league, so I appreciate him.
That's true. Okay. Coming up here before the game 1 previews, which is September 3rd, we have rankings rumble, league winners, do not draft list, injury updates. We'll see about that. And then I think we're going to do an underdog draft the week before the season. So that'll be fun. 3 of us collaborating on one big underdog draft. I think will be fun. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, we're done with game preview or not game. We're done with division previews. This is a grind for 2 months, but at the same time, I feel like I know these teams now a little bit.
I learned a little bit more.
Some changes here and there, but I'm gonna know a lot more than I normally would. And I'm glad we finished the week before our actual draft, so that
that is fair. Joe's not gonna know what to do with this division, and I'm not gonna know what to do with the AFC West. So here we are. I feel like I learn insights from each of you, right? Or we all do. We're no, absolutely not, or we're like, yes, why not? This could be the dude. And it's just kind of like I never really thought about that. Why can't Kincaid be the dude? Just because he had a bad year, it's just puts that little seed there,
True. Okay, well, preseason content officially starts next week, even though this technically was that. Not really, though. We just do these for the fun of learning who's on what team, who that dude, stuff like that.
Hope you all enjoyed it too, man.
For sure. All right, Josh. Get us out of here.
All right, I'm going to do it like my son does. Bye!